I'm Sam from Sheridan Computers. I'm going to take a quick look at the UniFi Switch 24. This is a non-PoE version. I know I've previously done videos on the PoE versions, but I haven't actually done one on this version. In fact, I think it's the first time I've had my hands on one. So I'm going to take it apart and take a look at it. On the website, I'm not going to dwell on this too much because you can obviously go and take a look at this yourself. It's available in 24 or 48 port versions with RJ45 gigabit ports, and it also has 2 SFP ports. It's got a non-blocking throughput of 70 gigabits a second and a switching capacity of 140. It says versatile mounting options. Obviously it integrates with the UniFi software, and as I mentioned, there's 2 versions of it. The US-24 has 2 SFP ports, while the US-48 has 2 SFP and 2 SFP+. So let's go ahead and take a look at this switch. I'm the owner of Sheridan Computers. Sheridan Computers is an IT support company based in Manchester. I formed the company back in 2002, so I've been doing this for quite a while now. While mainly we work with companies that don't have their own internal IT staff, even if you do, we're quite happy to work with them if they need an extra pair of hands or if you have a project coming up that you need assistance with. If you'd like to hire us, head across to our website at sheridan.co.uk. There's a hire us link at the top of the page. If you follow this link and fill out the form and leave some details on what you're looking for, once I've reviewed it, I'll get back to you with whether we are able to help. While you're on our website, you can find out more information on my company, some of the people that we deal with, as well as the services that we offer. If you have a technical question, but maybe you're not quite ready to hire somebody yet, or maybe if you just want to pop along and say hi, feel free to head across to our forums at forums.sheridan.co.uk. Our forums are completely free for anybody to use. I do try to spend as much time here as I can and answer any questions as they are posted. On a final note, if you find this video useful, please take the time to hit the like button. Also consider subscribing to the channel. And if you hit the notifications icon, you'll receive notifications of any new videos as they are released. Now quite often, I'll leave links to any products or services that I reviewed in the description at the bottom of the video. If you use these said links to purchase the services, then you're helping support the channel. Any support that you can give towards the channel is greatly appreciated, as it does take quite a bit of time to produce this content. Let's get on with the video. So first things, we'll take it out of the box. As with all UniFi, it's nicely packed. In the box, we have the US power lead that they tend to come with, getting started guide, and some mounting screws, and also the rack ears, which are quite sturdy and thick. Just put the box on the floor. So, looking at the switch itself, we have the 2 SFP plus ports. 2 SFP ports, as you can see, and the 24 RJ45 ports on the top. Now you'll notice one thing with these, that the LEDs for the network ports are actually by the side of the port, which I do prefer. On this side we simply have the UniFi LED, the reset switch is located here. On the side you can see the ventilation for it. On the rear of the switch there's a console port, single fan, and the power, and a 25 volt DC jack here. Let's go ahead and take this apart. So there's A screw there. There's no screws under here. So the other screw was hidden under that there, which I'm guessing provides the warranty. But it is my switch and I will have a look in it. So, actually, before we do that, it's probably a good idea to remove these dust caps from the SFP ports. Let's see how it comes apart. So there's a couple of screws on the bottom to remove. Okay, take them out. Let's see. There we go. And it simply slides quite easily. Okay, so I wasn't sure taking it apart if there was going to be any leads connected to the casing. There isn't. So as you can see, we have the power supply on this side, which look quite easy to replace if necessary. The cable for the LEDs. Was the heatsink, which the heatsink rises high enough to touch the case, and it will use the case as well as part of the cooling solution. Obviously we have the SFP ports on this side. Now as you can see on the back, there's a fan here which is quite small. One thing I wanted to check, which is why I took it apart, that it's actually easy enough to replace this fan. I can't see that being any major issue at all. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this back together. I can hold it up so you can see it a bit closer. Let's attempt to put this back together. You'll notice on the lid there's some hole marks that need to line up basically with these. So let's go ahead and make sure that happens, like so. Turn this over real quick. And it's gone back together quite nicely. So let's put the screws back in. So this switch doesn't feel like it's a cheap switch in any way whatsoever. It's quite sturdy. It is completely metal, as I mentioned, which helps with the case being metal. Also helps with the cooling, as the heatsink does touch the lid. Let's power it up. So this is now flashing white. Let's wait for it to boot up and we'll find it in the controller. So you'll notice it's gone quiet, the fan isn't on constantly. So the fan's obviously just spins up when required. Now we've gone solid white, so we're pending adoption. Flick over to the controller. So this has appeared. You can see we still have our US-16 XG here, But this is appeared in the controller now, so we can go ahead and adopt that and upgrade. As you can see here, we're downloading the update at the moment. So it's just writing the firmware update. As you can see, we're flashing white again. It's flashing between white and blue to indicate that a firmware update is in process. And we've gone solid blue, so we should be good. So we can see provisioning. So we're online and connected. UniFi switch 24. Got the standard UniFi information, MAC address, model, board revision version, its IP address, fan state, as you can see, is off. So it's because there's no fans running, it's absolutely silent at the moment. Uplinks, because it's connected to the US-24 XG. Download links, we've not got any specified. If we select the individual ports, and you can see we have a list of the ports there and the 2 SFP at the bottom. If we edit the port, obviously you can give it the port name, the VLAN profile, we can set MAC filters, the port operation mode, so each port can be set to switching, mirroring or aggregate. Auto negotiation is set for link speed. We can set port isolation on it, storm control, multicast broadcast, LLDP med. We can enable topology change notifications, it supports spanning tree protocol and egress rate limiting. Looking at the config, so general, we can give it an alias, LED preferences, tags again, so you can set tags for a location or some means to identify it. Under services, you've got management VLAN, does support jumbo frames, flow control, spanning tree, switch priority, 802.1x control, SNMP, networking, DHCP or static, so that's where you'd assign a static IP address if you wanted to, and the usual options for managing the device. Now, one thing I do like about UniFi switches is if we go to map, we can see the network topology. So here you can see, for example, we have 2 switches, and we can see that they're linked in together, and we can see the port number that these switches are connected to. So this switch is port 47 of that switch is connected to port 48 of this switch. We can see this access point is plugged into this switch on port 40, and this access point is plugged into that switch on port 34. Now that really does make life a lot easier when you're having a look at your network. We can see on here we have a UniFi mesh, which is connected to port 20 of this switch, and again this access point which is connected to port 44 of this switch, and this one which is connected to port 46. I can just zoom in and out of that with my mouse. Another really good feature of UniFi switches is the ability to view which clients are connected to which ports. So we can do that, and I can see that that phone is connected to port 24 of this switch. Now that just makes life a hell of a lot easier when you're trying to find out what's going on in your network. It's a really cool feature of the UniFi controller. I might do a separate video on that actually. Just to go through some of the features of the controller. I really do like this, and it is one of the benefits of using UniFi switches that you can just see an overview of everything straight away. So as mentioned, this was a quick video to take a look at this switch. I'd never took one apart before, so I was just interested to have a look inside it. You saw some of the features that are available with UniFi switches when they're connected to the controller. And as mentioned, I'll probably do another video on those separately. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to the channel. I'll see you in the next video.